Hey Brian, great post for this week. I also talked about how the transitions in the Arab Spring are chaos because it's not from the leaders or the president, but from the citizens. But now that I thought about it and I watched your video, I still believe that it was chaos. However, I'm kind of leaning towards this idea of organized chaos, like you mentioned with your title for your post. And I think it's this organized chaos still coming from the citizens. But I want to argue, like you did, that it's organized chaos because even though they don't have a clear, defined plan, there's still steps that have led towards why they are taking these actions, and there are still some goals that they're probably trying to reach from their actions. So, therefore, I think because of this kind of pathway that leads them, that it's in some ways organized. So I kind of made this little tiered thing to go along with what I'm trying to say. So first, there's a causal mechanism for what they're doing. Whether, like in Tunisia, it's the unemployment, high inflation, the economy, if it's various other issues of losing civic freedoms, losing their main rights, media issues, whatever. There's a whole spectrum of issues going on in various different countries. But all these issues are causal mechanisms for why the protesters and the citizens are taking these actions. So we have this causal mechanism. Next, we may not have the protesters may not have a plan of how they're going to react or whatever, but they go out and protest. Some issues may be violent. So they do have this way of advocating for what they believe is wrong and a way to take out these causal mechanisms and a way to voice their opinion and react. This is their way to react, the protests. And then the third thing is this idea of they probably have some kind of final goal, something they wanted to see happen for why they will stop protesting. It could be the president or the leader resigns or goes into exile, like happened in Tunisia. It could be a new government come in place. It could be simply giving back some of their civic freedoms. It could be anything that they're working towards. They have this final goal that they want to see will happen. It's a reason that they stop protesting. So because of this idea of a causal mechanism, a plan that they're taking out through protest, or a way to advocate through protests, and a final goal that they're probably reaching for, this is in some ways organized. It may not be organized by a leader, it may not be organized by the president, but it's in some way an organized system for why, how, and what they're working towards, of why these groups and citizens are protesting and are taking action. So it is still chaos because the citizens are coming from behind and taking action into their own hand when they maybe shouldn't in some cases because of, it's not always right to take action the way they are. So it is chaos in that sense, but I think it is organized in that they have a causal mechanism for why they're doing what they do, and they have a way to take out their frustration, their ideas, and implement why they're going out against the leaders through protests, and they probably have a final goal that they're reaching for. So I definitely agree with your idea of this organized chaos. So thanks for your post for this week, and can't wait to hear the last one coming up soon.